you've done a lot of stuff. You know, we've done film talk and so forth. Let's hear about your ventures of what's happening to you. What's up with you?
Well, I mean, I just recently put together a new website called MQuest Media, and basically it's a resource site for people to sort of reconnect to their spiritual side, and it sort of incorporates mind, body, and spirit, and it's a place you can either listen to like a talk show or a look up articles or some video segments on different topics regards to the paranormal, spirituality, nutrition. It runs the gamut, you know, on everything. And I wanted to call it media because I sort of wanted to touch all different types of venues.
And you do this with who now? Or do you do it by yourself, or who do you do it with?
Well, Hidden Mysteries, which I do on Blog Talk Radio, I co-host with Reverend Maria DeAndrea.
You've seen her here before, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, she's a brilliant woman who knows everything from metaphysics to shamanism to everything.
Yeah.
And then I host a MQuestTV, which I do interviews with different people of either paranormal, psychic, metaphysical professions. And then I write some articles. I'm on the Facebook and giving out tips, you know, constantly forwarding things and sharing things that may help people on, you know, different areas, different levels. And, you know, basically I just want to be able to give, you know, sort of like be the place that people can go to get information on how to live a healthy, better life, you know, and connect to your soul.
No,
you know,
that's a good one. Now,
really, you know, get to that. You know.
Now, I know if you want to pop in with a question, just go, here, I have a question. Okay, do you have a question? Because you're nodding your head like yeah, I got a question. Yeah, you're getting into it, you know, like, yeah, I got a question.
There's a tune back there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, but now if you come up with a concept for me, that'd be great, because when I hear you giggle,
awesome, I got you.
Right? Hey, yeah, Key of Awesome. No, thanks to the Key of Awesome, by the way. If they're gonna be shown, I don't know, but whatever. But with your show, you say you touch upon everything and spirituality, and you go to in an interview that you did. Where did you do that interview? Because we're going to have a clip coming up soon.
Yeah, that
if somebody gives me an idea.
This past June, I went to the Lizzie Borden house. There was a couple of paranormal investigators from the show Scared who went over there.
On Staten Island, right?
Well, they used to be on Staten Island. Now they've evolved. They've evolved.
They've evolved from the square of Staten Island, ladies and gentlemen. Staten Island's very boring, I have to tell you. The only thing that's good, it's me.
Well, no, actually, Staten Island is a paranormally active town. There's a lot of activity going on in this town.
Richmond town is one.
Everywhere. I mean, anywhere you go, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But in June, we went over to the Lizzie Borden house. Chris Mancuso and Brian. Oh my God, my brain is going. Brian Cano.
Yeah, I'm glad you thought of it, because I don't have a clue.
They organized an event there on about the Lizzie Borden legend, and there they did.
Do you know the rhyme?
What's that?
Yes,
but I'm not. I haven't remembered.
If somebody could tell me the rhyme of the Lizzie Borden show, you know, not the Lizzie Borden show. Jesus.
Something about whacking her parents. Yeah, that's all it comes down to.
16, I think it was 21 licks, 21 stabs, something. She stabbed her mother 21 times and did the father the same, I think.
Well, actually, a few more times because she was more angry with him.
Exactly, supposedly.
Yeah, this was an old murder legend that occurred in the 1890s, and it was never solved.
Right.
And what they were doing was they were creating like a mock trial to see if perhaps the trial could have been resolved in a different way.
Let's go to that video right now and at least see what she's talking about.
And we're here at the Lizzie Borden house, and I have Brian Cano and Chris Mancuso here. We just had a fantastic event here this weekend at the Lizzie Borden house. We had a really special event here. So what made you guys want to do an event here at the Lizzie Borden house specifically?
Well, we did an investigation here several years ago, and I mean, the Lizzie Borden case itself is just fascinating. Who doesn't know about it?
Right.
And when we came here, we got some interesting evidence in the past So this is definitely a place to do an event like this.
Okay, and what about you?
Well, I mean, when it comes to paranormal events right now, there's a lot of them going on. The paranormal bubble really has expanded in the past 10 years. Everyone knows about it, and now it's acceptable to say, yes, I believe in ghosts. And when you come to an event, there's almost this pressure to, oh, I hope I see something, I hope we can show something to them. So this time we wanted to do it a little different because of the history and the notorious nature of the crime that was documented here. We decided to do a little social experiment and put Lizzie back on trial. And we wanted to have a retrial and maybe include some paranormal evidence as being viable.
Right. Yeah, we had a fun time doing this last night. I mean, it was just amazing. Do you think that there's anything new in the case that may have come up recent years that perhaps nobody knows about that might shed some more light on it?
I think with any case, there's definitely details that get swept under the rug, especially in a case like this, and I've often heard it compared to the O.J. Simpson case, that things were mishandled. If things had gone differently, perhaps the outcome would have differed. When I think it applies to this case, when you're talking about paranormal evidence, I think that there are a lot of things we just don't know, and we may never know that if they do come to light, we'll look at each other and go, is that really something that's okay? Well, let's jot it down. Let's take note of it. What do you think, Chris?
Well, I pretty much agree with what you said. It's kind of hard. I don't think this case will ever be solved, but I mean that's one of the kind of fascinating things about it. This is basically like the Jack the Ripper case of the United States. It's unsolved. Nobody knows why it happened, who did it. And that's one of the things I think that fascinates people so much, aside from the fact that it was a woman in 1892 that was accused of murder.
And you had discovered some interesting paranormal evidence last night with some of the EVPs that you acquired. So what did you come across?
Tell me, who was murdered here?
Oh my God.
I heard Andrew Gordon.
Oh my God, I'll be honest. I didn't expect as much activity in the paranormal last night as we got. Right from the beginning, from the first EVP session, we listened back and we were getting hits. And it was obvious, everybody heard this. It wasn't just like, hey, it's one crazy person. Well, I guess maybe we're all crazy, but we all heard these things. And when we did a spirit box session in the dining area, we got a bunch of hits. And I recorded the session, and afterwards listened back, and there's even more stuff that we missed. So there was a lot going on last night.
Yeah, I know. There was at one point I had asked a question. It was in the John Morris, the room that John Morris was staying in before the day of or the night of that before the murder. And I had asked a question, and then all of a sudden, when you played it back, I heard in a whisper, "Abby," and that really was
Creepy,
amazing.
right?
Yeah,
Definitely a lot of creepy things going on here.
I'm telling you. So are you guys considering doing another event here at Lizzie Borden or perhaps in another place in the future?
We definitely like coming to Lizzie Borden, and we've got other events for the future coming up, but I think this experiment was a success. I'd been saying it the entire time leading up to it. We wanted this to be a trigger event, and I couldn't have planned it better.
I think you triggered a few things.
Yeah, I think we triggered a lot. And just the fact that so many people said, I didn't expect to get this much. We didn't expect it to happen so soon. I think as a social experiment, you guys were great. You got involved. Everyone, it was almost like they had a personal stake in the case. I mean, things got heated in the courtroom, and there's objections and overrulings, and it was amazing. And I think just that energy between all of us definitely added to what was in the house and brought it forth. So, yeah, I think we'll definitely do this again.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And it was nice speaking to you for at least a couple of minutes. And good luck on your other events, and whatever all the paranormal adventures you're about to embark on, So thank you very much. This is MQuestTV, and we'll speak to you soon.
And we're here, as you can see. We come from Lizzie Borden giving her wax and so forth to actually cook. It's just strange, talk about killings and then we're going to eat.
Hey, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, right. As long as it's good, I know.
As long as I'm not in a room with it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because that was kind of cool the way they did the trials and so forth.
Yes,
it became very hidden.
And then they also did a paranormal investigation right after that. So it was really fascinating. I mean, I even heard something on one of the EVPs. At one point, they had us asking questions in one of the rooms. You know, they let it go dark. You know, we were in one of the rooms where one of the bodies was found. And at one point, they had all of us ask a question, and I asked a question.
Right.
When we listened later on, when I had asked a question, I heard somebody whisper, Abby. And that happened to be the name of, I believe it was the stepmother. So for some reason, somebody had a reason to just start talking, you know, mentioning her. So there was a lot of stuff going on that night. So I think just the mere fact that we were there might have triggered certain things to occur, you know, and who knows?
Because my thing is, some people out there don't believe in paranormals because it could be because of religion, because of whatever, and because they think that the paranormal, under certain circumstances, are the the demons or devil that's bringing his little demons along and so forth. So how do you, what do you say to that when you say, you know, a religious person comes to you and says, you know, in the Bible or in the Quran and so forth, tells you a certain type of question that says, you know, we actually go here. We don't flag around. There's no middle. We just go from one. We see the light. Some people see the light. They go in and so forth. They talk about heaven, and it's different. Some people, you know, in the Bible says that once you leave this earth, Jesus or God changes your name and so forth, and you see a bright light and so forth. Or in some cases, Miss Rosanna Robertson clued me in on a little kid that went up and so forth to heaven and came back.
Heaven is Real. I did an article on that one on my site.
And you know, he sees something. So what do you tell the people that you go from one place to another, but that you linger around?
Well, first of all, my beliefs are non-sectarian, non-religious. I believe in the fact that we are all spirit and we're in a physical form as part of our experience and our learning process in this realm, because there are many other realms out there.
I'm sure, because there's a big role out there. I mean, we're not the only ones out there. That's for damn sure.
The afterlife is still another realm of its own, and it lies parallel to this one. This is our physical experience, and that's the spiritual, you know, where people, when they pass from here, they go into there. Basically, we don't die. We come from the physical form. We go back into spirit from which we came. I don't believe in demons per se. I believe that there are spirits who are on a very low plane where they've had a very negative, dark, mental life where perhaps they were overwhelmed with a lot of things of depression.
Or they think that they're still here in spirit.
Yes, a lot of them are afraid to move on because they're afraid they don't know what to expect over there.
Or they have something not finished. They're
unfinished, and they also feel that they're going to be judged. So a lot of them will stick around here until they learn that they don't have to fear. You know, we have more to fear here than we do over there. There's nothing going to judge us. There's nothing that's going to criticize us, hurt us, nothing of that nature. Once we go here, we go to, and I'm not going to say a better place. It's a different place. It's a
like
different
I
place.
said, you believe what you want to believe, ladies and gentlemen. You read what you want to believe and so forth. This is just people's opinions. You got to accept them for what they're worth. That's all I can say about that.
But you have to learn what your belief is, you decide what it is, what's the truth for you, what resonates with you. This happens to resonate with me, and this is what I feel is my truth. You know, and people can, they can investigate, research, and see what resonates with them. You know, so, and as far as my site is concerned, I'm sort of trying to take all three aspects of us, the mind, body, and soul. And to help people to find and reconnect to themselves, you know, because when we come here, we're totally confused. We don't know what the hell we're doing. You know, we get frustrated. We veer off our original path because when we come here, we already have a path set out for ourselves. It's sort of like a blueprint, you know. But when we come here, we get confused. We get frustrated. You know, everybody does.
Let me tell you something. I'm not confused as long as I have this next to me. Okay, never confused. As long as
you need some ice cubes in that too.
No, don't worry. I can drink it without rocks, so I can drink it. As long as it's drinkable, I can drink it. You know. But on that great note, from spirituality to food.
Well, good,
Oh,
But
sorry.
let's not
Man, don't
stick
stop.
it to me.
Stop it. No, almost did. No,
Yeah.
but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, nutrition, I feel, is another aspect of helping ourselves besides the spiritual level, the mind level. It's also just the nutritional level, because people don't realize, what they say is we are what we eat, because everything that we put in our cells is also fueling our cells, our
That was
tissues.
it. That would have been a fish.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead.
All right.
Wait, go ahead. Let's see what you have.
Or Mr. Limpet. You would have been Mr.
Exactly.
Limpet.
Well, I would have been more. I would have been
What I
seafood.
wanted to do today, because just to make people aware of the fact that I know eating salad can be very boring for people, because they're thinking of, okay, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, what else?
There's
what
other
the hell
types
else?
of romaine
Yeah,
lettuce and
what
so
else
forth.
do you
Yeah,
do?
know. Right, yeah.
I started getting very interested in this site called Food Matters, and on this site it tells you about a lot of the things that you can add into your diet each day to help you nutritionally, because we're a race of people that we may be eating, but we're not really nourished, because the things that we eat are highly processed and they're stripped of a lot of nourishment,
That
a
is
lot of
true.
vitamins.
That's true. Because when I start eating, I can. Well, anyway, that's besides the point. But you have here.
Yeah, what I wanted.
Let's
yeah.
tell people what you have here.
What I wanted to do is to show people that a salad can be creative and interesting visually and on many different levels.
Yes, it
so you
is.
don't have to take a boring plate of lettuce and call it a meal. You can do whatever you like. You can't do anything wrong. You do it according to what your tastes are.
let's
So what I
start.
was going to do is I have like red leaf lettuce here, which is a very, very good lettuce.
Lettuce.
vegetable.
It's a great lettuce.
The thing is,
What
is
type
that
of lettuce is this?
this is red leaf lettuce.
Red leaf, and you got romaine, it seems.
Well,
but-
actually, it's all the same.
Oh, okay, it's all.
It's just different aspects of the lettuce. Now, the thing I wanted to say was that the green in vegetables is chlorophyll,
Right.
and when we're taking that in, that's adding more nutrients, detoxifying our body. It's purifying it, giving us nutrients that most other foods wouldn't give us. So that's the reason why you sort of like lean on a lot of green type of vegetables.
let's get to it.
Yeah.
Let's
So what
start
I'm going to be
doing.
adding, I got the lettuce in here already. I have cucumbers, which is going to add a lot of other, greenery to it. And cucumbers is a very cleansing type of vegetable. So now you want to add color. That's what helps
true.
you. Helps you visually, because you want to get on different senses. You want to stimulate different senses when it comes to cooking. So we have the green going on, we have the red going on. These are red peppers.
So you're saying that most of the time it's not, because you can do anything with lettuce. There's so many different types of lettuce.
Yeah.
And tomatoes out there too, so you can just go out there and experiment more or less.
Yeah, whatever.
Now, if you can see here's the pun and here's the joke. Can you see the tossed salad? But that's besides the point.
Okay.
Don't worry, you guys are
Moving on.
next.
Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to add some protein. So garbanzo or
Garbanzo beans?
garbanzo beans or chickpeas, as they call them,
Garbanzo.
is a good source of protein. So you can add in any type of item that you want. If you wanted to add tuna in, you wanted to add, maybe you had chicken the night before, you could put pieces of chicken in there.
Tuna's good, actually.
Tuna's very
Tuna, fish,
good.
chicken,
You could have hard-boiled eggs, and you can make like a niçoise salad.
Right.
So you can add in whatever you like, and it makes, it's something that's personal to you. You feel that you're doing something that's creative, it's nutritional, and you can add this into your meals each day. You can create something that you like.
It just seems like you're tossing salad in
I know. I'm trying to get to the.
You're just trying to get to
You know
the
what?
other stuff.
Let me get the much better spoon here that doesn't have the slats in it. Okay. Now, also, what I like to add in is fruits too. It's good to have a majority of the vegetables because that helps with the balancing.
Watch what you say. You almost said it.
The
No,
balancing of the sugar levels.
That's right.
So
This is the
what I'm
key,
going to
so-
do is I'm going to add in blueberries because that adds in another color, and this is a very nice addition to the salad.
Right.
And I have pieces of grapefruit also.
Now, this is watermelon? Oh,
No,
this
it's
is
grapefruit.
orange. Grapefruit, Jesus.
Watermelon.
I seen the promo in my show. That's why I'm thinking of watermelons.
What
but-
I like to do is I like to squeeze the grapefruit juice over it.
Now, don't you think once you dip you have all that stuff that's watery, right? Now, sometimes the lettuce has a tendency that if you put too much water on it, it starts to not have its crispiness. Do you just try to wipe it down? Do you get like a towel and then
You're
try
talking
to
about
pat it
when I
down?
first
Yeah, when you first, before you
clean
got
it.
here, you know,
Yeah, well, basically, yeah, I did try to drain out most of the water. You know.
because even by you doing this, it does,
Yeah.
you know, I
Well-
mean, it's a good strong lettuce. I mean,
Well, the thing about salad, it does add some fluids into your system also. So think about that too. You know,
I
it's
do,
gonna-
I
it's
am. I
gonna-
need
it's
this
gonna
one
do
right
that.
now.
So what I'm going to do is, and then I'm gonna make like a quick little salad dressing that doesn't have preservatives in it, because a lot of the dressings that we get nowadays has too many preservatives, and that in itself tends to add to illnesses later on.
I hope I'm not getting limp with my hand here, but you know.
Getting
but,
limp?
yeah, never. I stay strong.
That's only a rumor, right?
Never a rumor. It's a fact. It's the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Y'all
the
be
truth,
counting right
Jack.
here, but now with salads and so forth, you can get happy and free and so forth. But
Yes.
as you said before, you can just pick anything out, or do you decide to go, you know, this is what I want? Or do you have a plan in mind? Because it's good for the summer. Salads
Yeah.
are actually good for the summer because it's easy to put, you know. think
Well,
about
you
it.
also, I mean, you need to have vegetables every day,
Yeah.
vegetables and fruits. So however you wish to add that into your meal,
Right.
it's purely up to the individual,
So
you know?
is this salad ready yet? Is it
What I'm
edible?
going to do is I'm going to make a dressing now.
Oh, you're gonna make it dressing? Wow.
Salad dressing.
Okay, that's more better. 'Cause you know how people
Unless, of
think
course, you
around
want a
here.
mashed dressing, you know, like I'm dressing for, well, never mind.
Exactly. Here
Hospital
we go.
dressing.
That's a good. This is what counts as a good show, ladies and gentlemen. When we break all the walls and break all the barriers and so forth.
Now, a lot of the dressings, like I said, they have a lot of horrible ingredients in them. So for the most part, I tend to make my own.
That's virgin oil.
Yes, this
Never
is
worked for me.
This is olive oil. Well,
I-
you can't teach it anything?
Oh, well, yeah, of course I can. But it takes too long sometimes.
Oh, okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to
How
make.
many ounces do you put on there?
Well, what I'm doing is this is like a 4-serving type of a dressing.
Ah.
So I'm putting like 1/3 cup of olive oil, and then you use less of the. This is red wine vinegar.
Ah, wait.
Don't.
Bring it here. All
Hey,
you have to do is bring it here.
salad first.
Okay, salad first later.
So-
toss salad first later. Okay, no problem.
So
I
what you
got it,
do
no
is
problem.
it's the majority is the olive oil,
laughing.
and then you put in the.
You guys are gonna eat this, you know that, right?
Okay,
Okay.
unless you want me to eat the mic too, you know. So what I did
That's what
was,
they call it. Jesus, Mary, you're on a roll today. I can tell you that much.
I already like pre-prepared a few little things. Like I had already minced some garlic and some ginger. So I'm going to add the olive oil and the red wine vinegar to it. And then now I'm going to add some spices.
You know you got the cheese line waiting for you to finish. You know that, right?
The what?
The cheese line.
The cheese line?
Yeah, you know when people used to
Oh.
get in the 70s or 80s and when they used to pass cheese.
The bread line? You're talking about the bread line?
No, I used to be the cheese line
They
because
just-
that's all
they
they
could-
gave was the cheese.
They couldn't afford the bread.
I know, exactly.